I hope the wind noise isn't too awful in this movie, because it was just a nice day and I felt like making the movie. Besides, the wind is nice out here, so. But anyway, see, what I didn't know, which is the thing I told you in lesson 1, is, see, I don't want you to think I'm telling you anything different in this movie, okay? Like, we're not changing what we do now, all right, or something. You know, I'm just adding to it. See, in this book, which is, ta-da, A Call to Immunics. And in this book, there's a list of pathologies and a list of bodies, in addition to a whole bunch of other lists and things and so on. But anyway, there's a list of bodies and a list of pathologies. And what you want to do is take the pathologies out of the bodies before you go after the hepatitis, because those things will just regenerate the hepatitis like bingo, you know. They'll just be, you know, it's just a losing battle to try to just keep taking something out. I mean, I tell you what, you know, when Celeste cured her lupus, that's what she did. We didn't know to do this then, and we didn't, see, with Bill, I'll tell you what happened with Bill, okay? Anyway, with Celeste, it took her like a month to cure, maybe 6 weeks to cure her lupus because of that. You know, she just was going after the lupus directly. But anyway, I'll tell you what we did with Bill. I didn't know exactly what to do. So, but see, Bill had been doing this. You know, I had been having these little classes at my house, and we just had a few of them, you know, but Bill came to every one. He was always there. Every week he came. And he did, you know, he was taking the pathologies out of the bodies. So we didn't know to do it in this session, but he had done it, or he had done it a bunch of times. And see, what happens is it's sort of like peeling off the layers of an onion, because the lighter pathologies are accessible right away, and then when you take them out, the heavier ones become accessible. But this doesn't look like what you would think it looks like, because you would think that, you know, first you would kill, you know, let's say the easy pathologies, like actually viruses are the easy pathologies, and then later you would take out conditions or something like that. But that's not actually how it works. A lot of times people just test that they've got conditions and they remove them and feel different. You know, you get that feeling, you know, like in lesson 1. And then, you know, you go on to, you know, the heavier one might be some other thing that, you know, for somebody else would be a lighter one, you know, whatever. It depends on the severity of the thing for you, and, you know, inside of you, what it's like. So anyway, what we did is we went through the bodies, and we found the hepatitis. It was in every body, of course, you know, because that's often when somebody is like, they just, like their doctor just tested them with the disease, you know, you find that they're majorly infected. It's in every body. And so we took it out body by body. It took us around an hour, and then we went home. And I said to Bill, keep checking for it, which he did. And I met him, you know, we went out to the pub the next night, and, you know, we checked again, and he just had it in a few bodies, and he'd been taking it out. And we did, I don't remember what else we did, okay, over the ensuing 10 days before the medical test, but we did more things that you would find, let's say, in lesson 2. And then 10 days later, he went to his doctor, who had ordered medication for him. He had this doctor he went to, which was across the street from him. I've been seeing this guy for like 20 years, so this was no specialist in hepatitis or anything. It was just somebody he liked working with. And anyway, so the doctor ordered the medication and went back, and he retested him, and Bill was negative. End of story. Now, this had not had a chance to develop into liver cancer or a full-blown case or whatever it was. But an interesting aside on this is that Bill then called the guy he caught it from. He knew who he caught it from. And this guy had never been gone to the doctor for it or been diagnosed with it or anything. And Bill called him and he told him that he might have hepatitis, because Bill had been diagnosed with it and the guy wouldn't do anything about it. He just refused to go to the doctor, refused to do anything about it. He refused to get tested for it. And he actually got it. He wouldn't come learn how to cure it. He wouldn't do anything for it. And he got it. And he didn't die, but he was ravaged by it, Bill told me. It was just awful. Since I have a little time left in this YouTube movies have to be under 10 minutes, I want to also mention that many years ago, it was probably in the year 2000, a guy called me and told me he'd cured liver cancer. And so I said, oh my God, you got to come on the Cure Show. And we never had talked to him or anything, but what he did is he went on the web college, such as it existed at the time, which was a far more primitive form of it, by the way, than what you're being given here. But he just went in there and he just humped his way through it, and he cured his liver cancer. They had already removed 2/3 of his liver, or maybe it was 1/3, I can't remember. And when they did the operation, they discovered that they couldn't get all the cancer. They told him it's still in there. And they thought he was going to die or he was going to need a liver transplant or whatever, but he cured it. So you see, and also I noticed that people who have the flu, I think that I don't think it matters what stage a disease is at. I think that you can cure a disease, any disease probably, at a very advanced stage. So if yours is at an advanced stage, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Also, I should probably say that we have cure shows on other kinds of hepatitis than hepatitis B, and each kind of hepatitis obviously carries with it its own specific problems that you're going to have to confront, and the best way to confront those would be to first listen to the cure shows on the kind of hepatitis you have, if there are any, and then call us and do a cure show about it, because at this point at least we need more cure shows on hepatitis. And we'll be tickled pink to do a cure show with you, and a lot of people will get a lot out of it, because people will, cure it because they'll hear what they need to hear in your cure show. Also, donate as much money as you can, because we use it to pay for the ads, which is how you may have gotten here. So if you're grateful for having found this, and you should also realize that many of the ads we put in are directed at like people in Africa, which is a whole special thing that you can do with Yahoo or Google, and those people can't donate. So if they're going to have ads telling them they can cure hepatitis or whatever they've got, HIV is another good example, they need those ads, which means they need your donation. So please help them.